Alright guys, welcome back to the Subclass series. We're going to be moving on to the second and last of the Druid Circle classes, which is the Circle of the Moon. So without any further ado, we'll just get right down into it.
First ability you get is Combat Wild Shape at level 2, which, Combat Wild Shape, it's a better version of your regular Wild Shape you get for the baseline Druid. Cool thing is you can now cast it as a bonus action instead of just an action.
Very good.
So you can bonus action, go animal,
and then attack.
And then go attack the same turn. It's great.
That's very good.
You can also use a spell slot to heal yourself, equal to 1d8 damage for every spell slot. So if you use a level 5 spell slot, you can heal yourself for 5d8. So, which is a nice versatility option to kind of keep yourself alive. All right. The next thing is, once again, we're going to make that wild shape even better with circle forms. Starting at level 2, level 2, you can transform into, as he's really upset about this, CR1 monsters, or CR, specifically beasts, but CR1 beasts at level 2, which is pretty strong at that low level. Both the damage output and the health. The biggest thing, honestly, is the health pool.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because a 1 CR is tuned to fight 4 level 1 players.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
At low levels. It's stupid.
It's really bad levels. At level 6, it then gets really silly, and you get to, from then on, transform into any beast that is equal to your druid level divided by 3. So basic math gets involved here. So at the if you go all the way up to the end, and he's rounded down, by the way. He speaks so helpful now. At the very end, 18, 19, 20, if you go all the way to the end, CR6 would be the highest thing you can. Mammoth is a 6. That's one of the big things you can transform into.
They do a lot of damage, though.
They do a lot of damage. They have a lot of health. There are limitations with your wild shape. Level 2, you cannot have anything that has a flying or swimming speed. At level 4, you can do no flying speed. At level 8, when you can transform into flying stuff, when you really get to do everything a druid is capable of doing when it comes to wild shape, as far as even mid-combat going, eagle to carry somebody up to a top so they can just drop and bring the hammer down on
cliff, drop them off an airship.
That's really the best thing. You just pick them up you can insta kill stuff. It's great.
At level 6, you get Primal Strike. This essentially turns your beast shape attacks into magical for the purposes of things that are immune to non-magical attacks, to overcome a lot of those resistances that you see from. They become pretty common as you get higher CR to have non-magic weapon resistance. Real pain to deal with if you have really low magic campaigns, so Druid is going to be a big help for those. Alright, at level 10, you become incredibly overpowered, basically.
It's so true, though.
You get Elemental Wild Shape. You can transform into an Elemental. So this breaks the rule of the level 6, level 6 ability that you divide by 3, because
it's not a beast.
First off, it's not a beast. Second of all, elementals are CR 5. So it's half of your level, not a third of your level.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculously broken, especially right when you hit it. It's super good because
it's so much.
If you become an Earth Elemental, you gain, I think it's 146?
126.
126,
yeah.
sorry. 126 health.
Yeah.
Something like
sorry,
that.
126.
Only
okay,
126. But the thing is, the way with the wild shape, how it works is once you drop to 0 on that, you just revert back to your normal shape, and you still have your hit points. The damage carries over, so if you get hit from more than, you go negative, it's going to carry over.
But you don't go unconscious from elemental form to 0.
We're talking level 10, you're probably going to have around 80-ish, 90-ish health somewhere around there, depending on how your rolls are,
depending on your gear, your health and everything.
Your constitution, if you have special magic items that boost stuff.
Yeah. 80 to 90 health
you'll be
pretty reasonable.
Range,
yeah,
for sure.
So with the buff, you're looking at
doubling your health, which is insane. And the thing is, too, druids are casters, so you can go melee until you're low. And then you start getting low, you get knocked out of your elemental shape.
You earth glide out of there.
Yeah, you earth glide away to safety, drop your wild shape, and then you just start casting as a caster. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. It's so stupidly good.
And don't forget, it's not just earth elementals. You can do air, which can fly.
Yeah, you can do all kinds
You can
of
do water, which can breathe underwater indefinitely.
Weird things.
You can do fire and really go like pure
burn
chaos.
Burn the whole town down, accidentally.
Kill it with fire.
Because you're just like a
burn this
fire.
place to the ground.
Yeah, it's really stupidly good.
Yeah.
I can't stress how insanely ridiculous wild shape is normally. Wild shape normally is good, but when you upgrade it like this, it's just stupid.
Especially from level 10 to 12, 13, when you haven't breached that, that divided by 3 thing for the beast.
Yeah. It's super good. Right when you hit 10, being able to transform into a CR5.
points to you if you choose a Circle of the Moon Druid, because that's
Your
probably
party
one of
will love you.
that's one of the top 3 or 4 individual abilities, probably in all of 5th edition. It's so awesome.
And then
Disappointed.
at level 14, you get
I'm sorry.
you get thousand forms, if I could say it.
Yeah.
1,000 forms. So if you thought, turning into an elemental was good,
All of the forms.
Okay, you get this, at level 14, you can cast Alter Self on yourself at will. Blows your mind, right?
In
You
front
go
of
from
my
level
face.
10, getting one of the most
Busted
ridiculous abilities in the game,
Yeah.
to getting one of the most pathetic capstone abilities, I think, of all the subclasses. I guess that's the balance for it, maybe?
But the two should have been like freaking switched.
They probably should have.
It should be.
Like, Alter Self. Okay.
Alright.
I mean, it's good for RP.
It's great for RP.
It has
but like,
no other purpose than that. Like, there's
Zero.
literally no use in combat. Like, you're fighting someone, you change yourself to look like someone else, they're just gonna keep attacking. They're
I
gonna
mean,
stop
like,
attacking.
unless somebody really wants to go
Maybe-
Druid, you
may-
can totally
okay,
multiclass
alright,
after
alright.
10. and
You
be like,
could. You could say, like, you're fighting a person, and then you, like, alter self into, like, their deceased loved one, and they make them hesitate. Like, if you're the DM, you could be like, alright, I'll give you some, like, points for
Yeah.
some creativity there.
But
Maybe
you have
make
to
them
see them
give
sell that stuff hard, though.
Yeah, like, give them disadvantage on it. Like, but you have to be really creative to make it worthwhile in combat. It's mostly an RP thing. Alright. If you didn't already get most of our opinions about some of these abilities, we're going to go into the rating system now.
Yep.
So we have the RP value, the combat value, and the overall class synergy.
Yes.
First up, we have the RP value. There's a lot you can do with Wild Shape as it is, but getting way more access to
Versatility,
more. When you can transform to higher CR things, you have a bigger pool to choose from, which can really help with RP stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when you can start getting swim speed and fly speed, it can really help you completely avoid certain encounters
Traps,
and stuff,
puzzles,
depending on
yeah.
So RP value 4 out of 5.
4 flumps.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more options. Alter Self thing is really good. I think when you're trying to do like stealth or espionage type missions or campaigns,
sure.
you can infiltrate into stuff. There's a lot you can do when you're able to change your physicality. Like even for espionage missions and stuff, you can transform into like a cat and just like walk and sit down and listen to a conversation. Like there's lots of stuff you can do with wild shaping.
Yeah. Moving on to the next category, of course, is combat. It did not take us long to put up a full 5 flumps category.
And I can already hear the tears and the crying from people who are like, "What? There's no way Circle of the Moon is 5 stars, or whatever." This wild shape is so broken, especially early levels. Like it's basically you're adding another person to your party because you have 2 health bars, you deal more damage, you can stay in there, and you're getting hit, and you're not worried about dying because you get killed in your wild shape. You just go back to your normal self, and you can start casting. So it's just really good.
It's so versatile with everything you can do. Like I said, the first thing that caught it into my attention, like when we were both were watching Critical Role go through, and then when our main campaign has a druid in it, like when he can transform into flying stuff for fighting on like the hillside or mountainside. Pick up the dude with his eagle form and just go lay toss.
Yep.
And you just
grapple,
instant kill things.
Yeah, I mean, get pretty stupid. There was a couple times I think in Critical Role they did that like on an airship.
Yeah, they're on the airship and
or like something's flying and they're like bloop, polymorph and just that's a really good one too. Good use for polymorph, by the way.
But yeah, there's just so much versatility with the wild shape, and especially with the combat being able to do it as bonus actions. So you can even at low level, like level 2, you're like, I'm gonna go to a CR1 giant grizzly bear and then go get somebody in the same turn.
Yep.
So you double your health pool and get to go attack in the same turn.
It's pretty good, especially if you change something that's multi-attack.
Yeah, like grizzly bear.
Yeah. Lastly, we have overall class synergy.
Yep.
Wild shape is one of the main abilities of the druid. So taking a whole subclass that completely buffs that one ability is incredibly viable.
Yes.
So we're giving that also 5 out of 5 class synergy. And I think this is probably the highest rated overall class that we've done so far, or subclass.
I mean, 14 out of 15 is going to be hard to top.
It's going to be hard to beat. But it's just, there's a lot to this subclass that is very good. Now, I will encourage you as well, just because we rated this so highly, play stuff that you like. Don't just play this because you're like, these guys said it was really good, so
that's busted. I'm playing this.
Yeah,
and
so-
you end up having
and
a
don't
group
do
full
that.
of 7 druids.
You can be like, oh god, that would be like, as a DM, that would be like the worst thing in the world to deal with. Like,
Be like,
well,
there's
shit.
7
Oh.
earth elementals. What?
Like, I would just, the encounters would be so brutal at low levels just because you're like, oh, you all want a wild shape? Alright, I'll show you what you can deal with.
Yeah,
Here's a hill giant, you're level 1, try beating that. Everyone's dead, alright, make new characters, no druids this time.
One druid. Rochambeau, 7 of you. 7 away Rochambeau.
Wild shape is so good. Buffing it this much, it sounds really simple, like, oh, I can just transform into better stuff. But no, like, moving up 1 whole CR or 2 whole CR or whatever is a huge difference.
The limitations of what you can do with it are your own mind and your DM's friendliness. Well, guys, that wraps up our 2-episode collection of druid subclasses after doing 7 for cleric and lord. Some of our thoughts, what we thought on the Circle of Moon druid. A lot of versatility involved in what you get from all the improved B shape. Something that's super streamlined, but gives you so much with doing so little as far as text in the book. Be sure to leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment down below what your thoughts are about the class as a whole, the abilities you get, maybe some interesting things you've done. If you are a druid or has been a druid in one of your play groups. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.